Please welcome Richard Wilbern. Give him a big hand as well.
How can y'all laugh so hard when he said I was on welfare? I tell you. How everybody doing tonight? All righty. Hey, how you doing? Got a big girl down front. Just so you know, I like big girls. You know, Muslims, they blow up stuff with hopes of getting 7 virgins somewhere in heaven. I'll blow up anything just to have a big girl. My favorite big girl is, let me see, Wendy Williams. I mean, I'll blow anything up to give Wendy Williams. Then I have another big girl that even takes the cake. It's Medea. I blow up 2 things to get with Medea. I know some of y'all are wondering, well, you know, why would you choose Medea over Wendy Williams? Medea got a clitoris this big. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but my name is Richard Wilbern, and from Rochester, New York. This crowd is really, really quiet. Seemed like I gotta do something to, like, you know, get y'all to join me or me to join y'all. Because I had that same feeling, you know, I'm from Rochester, New York, like I said, and when I came to New York, I made a lot of mistakes. Because New York is a big city, it's a little bit different. So I felt like a blind man, stumbling into things and saying, excuse me, and just couldn't find my way around. But I finally got it. I finally figured out a way to be successful in New York. Excuse me 1 second. I worked for Sammy Davis. You know, my mother, I love her to death. And my brother, I'm one child of 7. And the older brother used to always think I was spoiled. And my mother told me that I needed protection. And I didn't know why. But then she explained to me, because I am a double minority. Let me explain to you what that is. That's known in the black community as a light-skinned black man. Yeah, I'm light-skinned. So when I grew up, you know, and I got it the hard way, 400 years of torture and rape produced me. I got 2 black parents. And I realized that I had this here problem when I was young, about 3 years old. I was playing in a sandbox with another little dark-skinned girl. And not another, I'm a boy, but anyway. Some of y'all noticed that. You are looking at me too hard, you're turning me on. Let me look over here a little bit. I'm just messing with you, you're a very attractive young lady. But anyway, I was playing in the sandbox with this young lady, right? And she asked me, somehow or another I got some sand in her hair, and she insulted me. She called me a white boy. And at 3 years old, I didn't know that that was an insult, but the way she said it, I knew I didn't want to be that. Because something with black women, that must be innate. Because she said it, white boy, with her neck moving. So I knew it wasn't cool. So I bit her. And her mother seen all of this. And her mother came running over there, and her mother pulled her hand back. I guess she was going to slap me. But my mother was over there on the blanket. And my mother was 8 months pregnant. She got out of her blanket, she grabbed some Vaseline, put it on her face, all running. And the other lady, her hand was coming down toward me. My mother slid in between me and her, took her belly where she was pregnant with, and she pushed it around on her back. She blocked the punch and said, boom! She knocked that lady down. And then she explained to me that, you know, I was just light-skinned because I didn't have enough pigment in my skin. So when I was in school the next day, you know, this always happened to me. Another young lady come up to me and asked me why was I so light-skinned. So I told her what my mother told me, because I didn't eat enough watermelon. I don't know. The other week I got in a fight with a ninja. Yeah. And I know a little bit of karate, right? So I protect myself pretty good. But this ninja, you can hear the garments just flapping in the air, move gracefully. And I got a lucky punch in. Bam! And knocked the mask off. And I could see that it wasn't a ninja. It was a Muslim lady. I didn't feel bad though, because she was kicking my ass. My mother also raised me. She raised me to believe that a black man made Jews. We ride through the neighborhood and she'd say, "That's the Jew maker right there." And when I got about 15 years old, I realized that she just was mispronouncing Jamaican. Stuff happens, you know. She from the South. It's not her language. We got thick tongues also, you know. I roll with the punches. And I also wanted to grow up and be like my father. He was one of those guys that when he talked to you and wanted to make a point, he'd come down with his fist in his hand like that. He was the only person I ever seen do that. So I tried it, but it hurts. So I didn't want to be like him anymore. And I stopped going to church with my mother because, you know, I got about 14 years old and my father had left and she was dating a Reverend Wise. And she told me they was getting kind of serious and she wanted to, you know, marry this guy. And I didn't like that. So I went to one of my friends and I said, he was my age too, about 14 years old. And I said, "Yo, man, my mother gave me some bad news." He said, "Yeah, what's that, man? She going on a diet, which means you got to go on a diet too?" I said, "Nah, she told me she's getting married." He said, "Man, that's good news. Who she get married to?" He said, "Reverend Wise." "You gonna like Reverend Wise," he said. "He got a big car, he go out, eat dinner all the time on Sundays." I said, "How you know I'm gonna like Reverend Wise?" He said, "Because he was my father last month." You guys have been an outstanding audience. So thanks a lot.
Give it up for Richard Wilbern, everyone.